All right, guys. I think that's about as much as we can get away. I think the Kazoos version will be fine for the stream, you know, the copyright and everything. But how's it going, chat? The official arrest warrant for Styx has now been uploaded. We were covering this yesterday. And it's out there. Your boy Styx is officially on the run. And not only that, he is taunting the police. But before I taunt you into liking the stream, let me know how you're going in chat. Say hi and where you're watching from. We've got maybe a big stream today, but we're going to have to get through a chunky middle section, which is going to be annoying. We're going to have to do a vegetables today. But let's have a look. So, of course, the official Styx warrant is now available on the court documents. This was confirmed. I think I missed streaming yesterday. I was very busy. I had to write unironically, a 100-page essay. But this in the state of Vermont versus Tarl Warwick, who apparently is 2 years younger than me. I don't know how this keeps happening. But the offenses: 1, felony assault aggravated domestic first degree with a weapon; 2, misdemeanor reckless endangerment; and 3, violation of conditions of a release. The defendant has failed to appear on the 3rd for a status conference. Now, Styx's lawyer did not notify him of the court proceeding. So it's really Styx's lawyer's fault, and this is all a big misunderstanding. Although if you missed the last stream, I should mention that Styx is pro se. He's pro se. He's defending himself, and he didn't bother to check in with the court or anything. This is totally his fault, and he's decided, though, he's going to make a stand. He's making a stand, chat. The bail on this warrant is set at $2,500 dues or surety unless changed by a judicial officer. To any law enforcement in the state of Vermont, you are commanded to arrest the above-named defendant and bring him or her in without delay before the nearest available judicial officer. Regardless of whether the defendant is held or released, you shall issue the defendant a citation to appear at the issuing court on the next business day at 12:30 p.m. and shall return copies of the executed warrant and citation by the issuing court by the court order of Lord Commander Beckett of the British Empire. I suppose now he's a real pirate. I mean, I guess he is without a doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of, but you have heard of him, chat. DP with a 2 says hello from Tyler, Texas. Hello there, Tyler, Texas. Is that where they make Tyler's Chicken? Is that a real company? I don't know. All right, so what has Tal been up to? Tal posted today. Like, Tal has continued to post on Twitter, taunting the courts. I don't think he has streamed yet, which is very funny. We're gonna have to find out. So Carl posts out, Tal, I should say, everyone seems to have gone totally crazy when the pirate YouTuber, the rap sheet, is the calm and reasonable person in the room. Don't you think there is a bit of an issue? Oh my goodness. We need to check our calm and reasonableness, chat. Some judge was looking for you, and I do not care. Suffer courts of Vermont. You think you can control me? I do not kneel for no man. The court, and this is actually like a great move because the courts love it when you make fun of them and throw contempt in their faces when you fail to appear, especially for aggravated assault with weapons against partners, domestic abuse. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to be treated quite well, quite well. Carl is, I will say this about Tarl, he's actually very amusing. I can see why he has such an audience. He posted this one out today. I think I will cause problems on purpose. Now, I'm not a legal man. Okay, I'm not a lawyer. I just pretend to be one on TV. I don't think the court's going to look fondly on this. Mr. Tarl Warwick, why did you decide to flaunt this court with your own insanity? Well, I thought I was going to cause some problems, Judge. Guilty. Throw him away in federal pound me in the ass prison. I like this. This one is I just had to bring up. You may get me down on one knee, but you'll never get me down on two. I am Warwick. We do not kneel in this household. There's a bounty out on you. So? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is like you gotta have fun with him. Like, I'm curious, where do you think he is? Is he at his home? did he decide to just stay there and wait for the inevitable to happen? Because he's been claiming for months that he's about to die any day now from a mysterious cancer AIDS, which definitely isn't actually AIDS and definitely isn't cirrhosis of the liver, even though it clearly is. And he's just self-diagnosing because he's read dozens of medical journals. He's not a medical professional, but he's read dozens of them. But I honestly wonder where he is. Do you think he's hiding in his father's house, or is he actually out in the wilderness? Is he trying to leg it to escape to the Canadians? Is he going to go join up with Mama JF in the wilderness? We don't know. But we do know one thing, and that is Carl, he can evade the law all night because he has fountains of testosterone. Let's hear it from the man himself.
If you take a bunch of testosterone supplements, eventually your hair will begin to thin. So forth. I personally do not need testosterone supplements. I can go all night. Yes.
So we can go all night, but he's about to die of some mysterious illness. Okay, buddy. Okay. So that's a brief, very short Tal Warwick update. I need to make this bigger, actually. Hold on. We'll go back to this picture. I love this picture so much. Tal, Styxhexenhammer, and the curse of the Sonotube medallion. Maybe he's back. He could actually be arrested during this stream. We've got the Carl ticker ready, but we don't know if he's going to be. If he does get arrested, then be sure to leave a comment in the old chat, and we'll switch away from whatever watching to see the updates on that. Patrick with a 2 says, actually, he's a buccaneer since he's only on land. Interesting distinction, if true. I'll defer to the wisdom of the chat on this one. And with that 20,000 IDR from Mamin, he's on the run. Stolas and Jer bans him. Has Jeremy made any statement about Tal? I'm actually kind of curious about that. All right, chat. It's time to steel ourselves before we get to the because, oh my goodness, the funniest thing happened over the weekend. I missed it, so I'm catching up a little bit late to the party on this. But ANISA the Queen has returned to streaming, and she's actually really good, blowing her husband out of the water. And people are suspecting that she may, in fact, have been playing the long game, making Ian worse and worse and worse over the years so that she could swoop in and literally double his numbers on the first day. It's actually just insane. Josh Moon was in the chat flirting with ANISA. Now, Josh Moon needs to stay away from women. The last 2 he's talked to have turned out disastrous for him, and he was seething about the results of the Turkey Tom interview. I mean, to be fair, it did look pretty bad for Turkey Tom, but I don't think that Josh should ever interview anyone ever again. And I say that as a fellow Josh, so it is very sad for me to say. But the ANISA segment, it's going to be pretty good. But to get to that, we have to get through, and I'm gritting my teeth, as you can tell, because this is going to be difficult. We've been nicotine-free since, October? It's now time, dare I say it, for the Rekieta segment. Oh my God. This will be as short as I can make it because it's rough, bros. It's rough. If only you knew how bad things really are. Look at this man. He's holding this puppy like a McDonald's CEO holds the new product. It's pretty bad. Let's check in with Nick. Let's see how he's doing. This is obviously from Alyssa Clips' channel, so we'll give her all the old like there. I think Alyssa, I'm actually just going to say this, but Alyssa is getting good. She's getting better from her cancer diagnosis. They removed some lumps, and it seems that she's on the mend. So I guess wishing her $1 million worked out well for her. Let's see from the man himself. What does Nick have to say for this?
Congrats, Alyssa, on beating cancer. Another Nick L. How is that a Nick L? I didn't give her cancer.
I mean, he's giving all of us ear cancer. Now, obviously, Nick did not give her cancer, but he did wish cancer, pain, and suffering on her. This is very clear. And we're going to actually see, because the beginning of this clip, it's like a 3-minute, 4-minute clip. It ends with this part, which I think is funnier at the beginning. So I decided to mix it up a little bit.
Actually, hold on. That might not be true. I might have done it.
What do you mean? Let's put this on 1.2
The real L are the people who donated.
What? To your show? I mean, I agree. I agree that they're the real L's. I guess he says to to Alyssa, I mean, she was going through surgery. She needed money and people supported her. It's not surprising when people like you, they support you.
Ooh. You gave her throat cancer. Nah. That would be disgusting.
Really? Now, Alyssa, that's the end of the clip. We have to go back to the beginning now. We have to go to the big. But Alyssa Clips posted on the Kiwi's farm saying, in response to her being called disgusting by Rekieta, he says, he didn't seem to think I was disgusting when he introduced me to his wife. And the first thing she did was grab my boob and then announce it to us. But what do I know? I was just there. I mean, this is just part of a long line of Rekieta corrective history when he doesn't like things. Like he was friends with Kurt, and now Kurt was always a rat, things like that. He just wants to redo the record, as they would say. Now, let's see what he actually thinks about Alyssa and her cancer diagnosis. This is from many months ago, actually. It's from November. I think that's about the last time we saw him.
Looking into Alyssa, and you'll find a very, very interesting story and very, very interesting circumstances. Oh my God! Hopefully, cancer does the work that God wants soon.
Hopefully, cancer does the work that God won't soon. This man is seething. He hates women. I mean, women hate him too, so it makes sense.
I don't know how to laugh harder at this. Steel yourselves for what I'm about to do. Some people are very uncomfortable with things like this, but it's happening right now. Holy shit. Alyssa Clips. Hey, Alyssa, how you doing? 26 minutes ago.
Look at this, like the Whippet nose. Do you remember that saga when he was going through the Whippets and he was telling everyone that he was like very clearly not on drugs? The thing is that's so stupid about his probation is he is on drugs right now. He's taking like Adderall and shit. As much as he can get. Like, people have been looking at his streams and his behavior, and apparently on the first of every month, he's super energetic and full of life, and then after a few days, he's like peters out, and the rest of the month is slow. And they're saying that this is because that's when his Ritalin or Adderall or whatever prescription is refilled, and he just does it all at once, so he can get like a legal high, because it basically is just legal meth.
Well, hi, friends. That's false. I've been dealing with some health issues, and after a recent visit to the ER, a large pancreatic mass was found. Well, that just sucks.
Pancreatic cancer is like one of the worst cancers you could possibly have. It's almost always a death sentence, as I understand it. Like, what a shitty thing to say. What a shitty person.
I'm sorry. The
voice is nuts. He literally tried to claim that his voice was just different because he was for some cough or some shit. When it was just from abusing it with whippets, obviously.
I've been advised this is urgent and needs attention.
His fingers were fucking blue.
So I'm currently in the process of trying to get an appointment with an oncologist for surgery. Don't be surprised if you start seeing delays in content posting, and make sure you're following Stalin for current happenings. All channel donations are appreciated. Prayers, good vibes, even more so. Nick Rekieta recently said to me, oh my God, I hope cancer does the work God won't. That doesn't sound like me at all. Why would I say that? Weird. So now
he's so mad. Like, the thing I've always said about clippers is because I've been clipped before when I do something retarded and people laugh at me and it's fine. Laughing at a clipper is like getting mad. I mean, sorry, getting mad at a clipper is like getting mad at a mirror, because all they do is show you what you said. Like, obviously you can edit things in certain ways, but that's not what these people are doing. This is not what the Dabbleverse clippers are doing. This is not what Alyssa's doing. They're just clipping funny segments or interesting segments or like newsworthy segments from your show. And if you get angry at that, you're just angry at yourself. But I mean, being angry at yourself is Nick's entire life story. And that's why he's trying to escape. And he's always like getting addicted to all of these escapisms, like video games in the start. And then it was drugs. And then it was wife swapping. And then it was being a literal cuckold, and so forth and so forth and so forth. It's the actions of a man that just hates his life, which is very sad, because he has what many people would wish that they had, you know, like even though it was all a lie, like the idea of him having like the trust fund, the white picket fence, the loyal wife from high school or college or whatever, the 5 kids, it all seemed like a dream, but it was all a house built on a foundation of sand. And oh my goodness, I made a sand reference already. But things aren't going so well. It's actually getting pretty bad. Either he's at marriage counseling or something worse, as we'll see as we go on. But we'll watch the rest of this clip first.
might be a good time for those who wish $1 million to start buying your lotto tickets. There you go.
I hope Alyssa did buy a lottery ticket. She's got pretty good odds, I think.
I hope she recovers 1 million times.
He's so happy at the idea that someone, look at him. This is the only time you'll see him happy. Is the idea of somebody suffering who he perceives has wronged him.
I don't give a fuck about these people. That's the funny thing. I
would really seem like you don't care.
Even after like she disagreed with me or whatever, I didn't care about that shit.
Did Alyssa ever really like publicly disagree with Nick? She was like, there was like 2 clippers at the time. There was like Lord Nerd clips and Alyssa clips, and they were just posting Nick all the time. It's just when Nick's content went to shit, the clips reflected that. That's how it works. You rat clipper, you made me say that thing. You made me beat off on stream. You made me snort cork on stream. Oh my God.
But she's an evil bitch. I don't know.
What do you mean by that? Alyssa Clips is an evil bitch because she clips content on YouTube and got cancer? Or is it because she made you look like an idiot? Is that what it is? Okay, buddy. Okay. I'd forgotten about this. Like, I have seen this one before, but it was like almost a year ago.
You know, there's her backstory. Someone should do a documentary or something. It's a wild one. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's easy to say that it's hard to actually maintain wishing death on someone in the face of a reality thing. So, Alyssa, I do apologize.
There you go. There's the moment where it's like, oh wait, this is going to look bad on me. I may as well add this caveat so the chat doesn't think I'm a complete piece of shit and abandon me because I need my pay piggies. Who still because there's some people that think that Nick never did anything wrong. There's some people that think his kids never tested positive for cocaine. There's some people that think he was raided illegally with a fraudulent warrant. Of course, they know the truth, but they just want to ignore it because the people that remain are just like Nick himself, essentially. They're like drug addicts, they're fat, they're overweight, and they're abusers themselves, as Nick is indeed. And they just want to see him make fun of other people. Unfortunately, it's kind of the bottom of the barrel at this point. It's not going well for him, as his recent streams have only been getting 300, 400 live viewers. And it's really sad because Nick has his cope running. Like, I think that's the end of I don't think we need to see the rest of this clip. But Nick has this like little cope going where he thinks like YouTube Shorts is interfering with his channel, which is not true. It's not true. Hold on, let me just get the Rekieta folder. So let's see. Where was that thing? Did I have it? Here it is. I mean, I made this, but there you go. Curse you, YouTube Shorts, destroying my algorithm. So he's trying to move these over to Kick. But let's see how Nick is going. Let's see how it's going for him. Where is it? This one. This is a... Here you go. Here's him taking his medicine live on stream. Now, this is actually shocking because he's actually found an outfit that matches. Maybe he's realized that looking like a lawyer is actually the key to success in legal streaming because there's a certain authority that comes with your appearance. Because your appearance does matter.
Now you guys will know that I'm high.
He's high.
And drunk.
He's drunk.
And alone.
And alone. Now, Nick often tells the truth in a joking way. So we know that this is actually all true. Of course he's doing drugs. Of course he's high. Of course he's sad. Of course he's alone. Oh, I'm just joking. It's the self-report. Exactly. Now, a few days ago, I believe that Nick was late to a stream. Is this the one? No, wait, that's one. Oh, I should mention this too. There is a new docs. That's the reason I include this Rekieta segment today against my better judgment, is that it is now official. Nick Rekieta will be back in court on April 13th, coming in April, much like the stories of last year. In the Aaron Imholte versus Nicholas Rekieta, you are notified of the following hearing in the Stern County's District Court for the settlement conference. Now, Nick claimed that everything is going his way. It's all like everything is peachy green, everything like that. Aaron has a different story. Who do you want to believe? That's up to you. I'm not going to make you decide. But it should be interesting to see. And there's a very funny date. There's a very funny date here. Now, Aaron's plan, or just the Mr. Magoo method of just like doing nothing and somehow succeeding and your enemies falling on bananas and shit, has been able to keep this open for what's, I think it's like almost the entire duration of a year. So even if the HRR was not granted, if it's thrown out of the court, he's effectively won, or at least drawn. But the funny thing about this date is it's the day after Hackermania. Hackermania, the event where Nick, Patrick Melton, and all of the Gooner squad go down to Vegas to literally talk about only Steel Toe, okay? This is interesting. Are they going to have to not talk about Aaron there? What if there's some retard in the audience that's recording everything and sends it to the judge? That might be interesting. I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but the thing is, with the people that go to these places and record, they just want to see the world burn. They don't care whose side they have no sides. They just want to see drama. Someone's absolutely going to do it, like that guy Schizo Short or some shit. It's not like they work for anyone. They just want to cause chaos. This will be an interesting date, I wonder. Now, if Aaron wins this, I don't know what I don't know what the Melton crew is going to do for coverage. We'll have to wait and see. If they lose, I guess they're going to. Nick has suggested that he's going to do an entire Aaron show, which I'm sure will be just as successful as the Kurt cooking stream. So that should be very, very entertaining. What else we got here? We got a few random clips. Then we'll get into these the trial stream. I'll show you just how bad it's actually gotten. It's kind of pretty bad. Oh no, wait! I got to tell you the thing about where is this go? Where'd this go? Did I lose this? Give me just a second. There's a thing about, here it is. Yeah, it's this one. So, user on the Kiwi Farms wrapped in plastic. Now, some people have suggested that this is someone that knows Nick in real life. Nick was late to a stream. He had to delay it because he had to go to marriage counseling. At least that's his story. So either his marriage is on the rocks, because to be honest, healthy people don't go to marriage counseling, and they were pretty close to divorce at their first time anyway. But wrapped in plastic claims on the Kiwi Farms, Rekieta is lying. Ooh, that would be a first. It wasn't marriage counseling. It was family and parent counseling. Lessons on how to be functional adult and questions asked. Oh no. Apparently somebody's been telling some tales that Nick is maybe not the best father. Now, I don't know who that is, but that's what I've heard. Which is why the dogs became recent complaints by people close to them. Have once again centered on the abuse cycles inside the rat house. Divorce arc incoming? Maybe. Maybe. We don't know. They went on further to say, with some interesting gossip, the problem is these humanoid rats are so fucking weird. They don't even know how to fake it. Also, imagine provoking in-laws to the point that one of them now spends their free time reporting you. Nice going, faggot. Oh wow, that's a hard Melanie Mac F slur. Now, sorry, excuse me. Waffle responded on the Kiwi Farm saying, was this the alleged antagonism related to Sonny's poisoning? Are we going to call him Nourish Nick when he gets hefty? He's getting fat. I'll show that in a second. Sandwich Nick lacks the alliterative quality. Now, this is something that happened while we weren't covering Nick, because he's just been so boring. Like, he's actually found the secret to not being made fun of is just to be so boring that nothing ever happens. And it's been quite an effective strategy for him, as his channel stats have been reflecting. But during the intermission, the filler arc, or whatever you want to call it, Nick Rekieta went on his holiday down to Florida, and his puppy, Sunny, died. Okay, it's not this one. This is their new puppy. I think it's called Panda or something. I'm not sure. But the puppy died while they were on holiday in Florida. And even Alex Stein went to, I believe, like the city councils that he goes to troll at, and he talked about this. So there's this whole thing. There's all these clips that have happened about Nick, but there's been no like binding thing that made it worth doing a stream about. This is the first time, just because there's an upcoming court case. I was like, all right, I guess we'll throw in the Nick segment for those people that like it. But I've always had like my own suspicions about this, like this dog story, because it's very, very it's very suspect. Does it sound reasonable to you, chat? So his claim, Nick's claim, that the dog was left at somebody's house to look after, the dog sitter, and Sunny the pup, hashtag save Sunny, even though we can't save Sunny at this point, it's too late. He claims that Sunny got into rat poison and just died. He then decided to tell the entire family and all the children while they're on holiday, family meeting, interrupt your holiday, Sunny's dead. Now, apparently, the Sunny was then taken to the dog hospital and frozen. So when they got back to Minnesota, Nick went to the hospital, picked up frozen Sunny, brought it back to the house so the kids could say goodbye, then took it back to the dog hospital to like incinerate it. This doesn't make fucking sense to me. Wouldn't you just like dig a hole in your backyard and bury the dog? I guess it is very snowy at the moment in Minnesota. Does Nick just not have the physical strength to dig a hole? Something about this story is like, doesn't make sense to me. Now, I've always had this is my headcanon. I have got no evidence for this. I think what happened is he tried to get Grok to fucking feed the dog. He tried to set up the camera and the auto dog feeder, and then got like Grok or Claudebot or whatever. Like they're like, Grok's feed my dog because I've locked it away in the bathroom all winter. And then when the house sitter came to like check the house and everything, they found the dead dog. And I think that's what happened. But I've got no proof for this. But now, allegedly, Nick has offended somebody to the point where they believe he's been spreading rumors that they killed his dog. So maybe there is something to this theory. I don't know. The pug is frozen. Yes. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why you would take a dog to a hospital if it's dead to get it frozen and then take it back and then take it back again to get it incinerated. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe there's a very reasonable Minnesotan reason for it. Maybe he's getting a kickback on the Somali non-emergency healthcare drivers or something. Maybe that could be it. Yes, rip Sonny. That's a good boy. Sonny didn't deserve this. I'll show you the video of like, hold on. Where is it? Here it is. This is how Nick handles a doggo.
Accompanied them to court hearings and sat beside them. Is that?
Yes.
All right. Have you?
Yes.
And
this man doesn't know how to fucking hold a dog. Imagine how performative. Not even a single smile on his face when holding a puppy. Like what are the symbols of like happiness and joy a puppy? I mean, you may as well put Save Panda in the chat. This doggo.
Puppy.
Dog looks so
Just saying
upset. Dog looks so fucking upset. All right. I think that moves us on to the next clip. Although Minnesota Public Records is back. Did I read this one? So Wrapped in Plastic responds. What I do know directly is that people who can go out in public and mingle with neighbors and townfolk don't like being defamed by a bisexual jerk, which would imply that Nick is defaming somebody in the community. And that would have to be, I would assume, the dog poisoner. So what do you guys think on that one? Now let's go to one of these clips. Oh my God. This clip is fucking brutal. This is a 28-minute clip. I tried to preview it for the show. Oh my God, it's so hard to get through. I'm going to show because Nick has no idea why his show is getting worse and worse and worse and why the viewers are deserting, and he has to escape to kick the promised land where all the viewers are. And he's saying that his stream is not being distributed by YouTube. The shorts, they're interfering with the algorithm. They don't. The shorts are their own separate thing on YouTube. Nick has no idea how YouTube works. If he did, he'd have more stream numbers. And it can't be an algorithm thing because he does get more views when he covers topics that people are interested in. Megan Fox and that Umbrella guy threw him a life bone. They're like, come and do the What the Hale's case. When he did it, 1,000 live concurrent viewers, 20,000 replay views. This stuff is very popular and people want to see it. He refuses to do it for some reason. The only reason he's doing trial streaming now is because it requires literally zero prep. You just turn on the stream and talk about your clothes. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, look at this is insane. This is insane.
I got a new tie in the mail yesterday that I might put on in just a second. I don't know if it goes with this shirt though. It is the tie.
This is cut down, by the way.
The tie of Randy Shock It Rocket.
He's putting on clothes and asking the chat to give him a fit check.
Oh, that looks terrible. We're not gonna
Oh
do
my
that.
God. Oh, this is unwatchable.
We'll have to find the right shirt for it.
It goes on like this for 30 minutes. I will show you some segments of this though. Wait until you get to the color theory point. Is it me?
Oh, I got my headphones in the tie.
Oh my God.
But
all right, let's skip forward to when he gets the yellow tie. So this tie segment goes on for 5 minutes. Hold on, let me see, because he seeds and argues with chat. I just want to see if any of these comments are funny. Let's see this one.
You're boring, and I'm going to stop responding to you.
Oh no, you're boring.
Mandy,
chat.
you better make your trolling good because you're boring, and I'm going to stop responding to you. I love this.
Okay. Did you
A
speak
few
with
days isn't
anybody?
impressive. He'll have
Did
some
you speak
emergency
with anyone
piano
as part
recital
of
or
your
other
analysis?
excuse to go
I
drinking.
did.
Huff,
Who did you
bitches
speak
off
with?
camera.
Or what types of people did you speak
I
with?
have 5
so
children.
I interviewed a number of
They have
people.
activities
Interviewed,
during the day when trials happen.
TBA who have done
I've said,
tax accounting.
why don't you do trials more often? Because I'm generally not available.
The realtor.
So you move everything
Mike
around.
Rose.
He's going to miss something.
I interviewed
Yes,
the
likely.
insurance companies.
All right, let's get to the yellow tie segment. I was gonna look at some of these, but I'm just gonna get through this as fast as possible so we can get onto the ANISA stuff, which is actually entertaining. All right, this is when the yellow tie comes out.
I never
That's
expected
correct.
that. Just put up a thing where like every X amount of dollars, I could do a wardrobe change midstream.
Oh my goodness. The tie goal?
Or bring the camera with me. You're right. They are complimentary primary
Take a
colors.
walk, use the restroom, please do.
Doing this with the headphones on is annoying.
This is the stream. This is the state of the
I don't think-
of the Rekieta.
I don't think a
Union.
yellow leather tie can be ambiguously gay. I think it's just notoriously gay.
Can he even tie a tie?
Damn it. Oh, no, I screwed that up.
God, he's retarded. Dead air. Oh my goodness.
Yellow's across from purple, but it's a tick off from blue. Purple's a fake color. Our eyes don't know what to do with it because blue and red can't actually, like, they don't transition into
All right, purple isn't
that
fucking
color.
real
It's
apparently,
not
chat.
real.
Kings have
These are
felt it
opposite ends of
apparently.
the,
The royal color.
Visible light spectrum.
You know that mantis shrimp can see 13 colors.
Damn it, I wasn't paying attention. This is
This
awful.
is the stream.
My whole day is ruined. That's not true. That's not true at all.
Oh my god.
Once I get this tie tied, then
Like I mean, like, you know, there's a few things you're not supposed to do on stream. You're not supposed to do math on stream. You're not supposed to work with women and animals. Tying a tie should be pretty fucking simple.
once I get that done, then I'll fast forward the court.
There's dead air. Like this is a replay. He could skip the segment right now. What he could have the chat listening to something. He chooses to make them endure the dead air. This is the state. Oh my god.
Yeah, the squeaking is pretty funny. Call Lady Raggeds and let her do it. She can't tie a tie. She's awful.
What can she do in the house? She can't tie a tie. She can't feed the children. She can't satisfy her man. Like, what the fuck does Lady Raggeds do?
I think I left this a little. I left it a little long, but you guys can't
Goodness.
tell, so it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna get a tie and rope
I
myself.
have one tie that I'm saving. I don't know when to wear it. It's a
Bob Tube says he's wearing dead people's clothes for
like
content.
a U.S. Navy.
Yeah,
men's
he
tie
goes
from,
shopping at
when we
the,
took over Japan
Goodwill.
back in World War II.
Did I miss the part that
Got like a
says,
naked Asian lady on it.
hold on?
There's
There's a part at the
She
beginning I
lost
think I missed. That I wanted to talk about.
469,000 plus another 460 that you were unable to directly trace to a project. So just on properties that were sold,
Blue and
forgetting
yellow,
about
man. That's a
properties that were
great
foreclosed,
color combo.
she lost over $900,000.
I would have never
That's
expected
correct.
that.
He would have never expected blue and yellow to be a good combination. Has he never fucking seen a movie theater poster where everything is teal, which is blue-ish, and orange, which is yellow-ish? Literally the most provocative color choices that is used in every single marketing campaign since the dawn of fucking time. Blue and yellow. Oh, I wouldn't expect that. You'd think he'd appreciate this color combination because he is a like consummate cuckold, and that's the colors of the flag of Sweden. You think this would make sense? Metal Thing says, "Cats, we need the cats." I don't have any cats. All right, let me skip forward. I got to find the point where he talks about like buying this simp a bunch of clothes. I think it's like this point. Like he starts seething. Oh, here it is. Really good idea to bring up people on your chat that are like trolling you. Let's see what he says here from next person.
This guy right here.
So this goes on for 14 minutes. I'm not going to make you endure any more of the Thai content, but there it is. Also, Tiny Gray says, blue and yellow is Captain Have Fun maxing. Hey, Captain Have Fun he needs your prayers and wishes, okay? He's having a bad time.
I'm not like the pastel stripe tie before, but I'm a dude. So if you have a lady telling you how to dress,
All right, let's
learn
skip
what
through
they-
this
States.
till he starts
Isn't that-
seething again.
She's got a couple of projects.
And did we see some of those
Good Lord, what
payments
happened?
being withdrawn from her bank account at the end
How
of
sad.
2021 and into early
Couldn't happen to a better
2022?
country.
She did not.
So the chatter says, wow, druggy RekietaLaw, only 400 people watching. How sad. Couldn't happen to a better person. Cunt. True and real. Now, this is just a troll in chat. It's a nobody. Why would you bother talking to them? Why would you bring it up? And if you're totally not mad and don't give a shit.
That's
No, I don't like
related
this
to
one
that
as much.
lawsuit that I just explained.
It's not bad.
And
Yeah, it's busy with the.
Is this
with
on
the shirt.
1.25?
I've never actually put this tie on.
It still feels so
The tie
slow.
reminds you of a pickle. Got pickles on the brain. I like this one. Yes, I do, libertarian expert.
What did the Liberty? They said, do you have to have your shirts custom tailored for having an adult man's head attached to the body of a small child? Hey, look, Nick Rekieta does not have the body of a small child. In fact, this is a very real photo from the stream where his wife did make him a PB&J with 3 pieces of bread, which doesn't make fucking sense. It's like basic sandwich arithmetic. You'd use 2 pieces of bread. I guess he just needed that extra slice. The chunkator is returned. This is very real. This is before he activated the filters. Like, he'll tell you that this is Photoshop. Like, he'll say that this is the real photo, even though his fat is escaping from the fucking shirt here. But this is the real one before he acted the Chinese beauty filters. So the chunkator has returned. He said that, like, it's pretty easy to stay thin. You just don't eat. Couldn't stay thin without the use of cocaine. He said it's pretty easy to stop drinking alcohol. Couldn't stop drinking alcohol until the government told him he wasn't allowed to. Interesting. The pinnacle of self-respect and discipline.
I have to have them specially tailored. You should come meet me at a live event. We'll see who's bigger. Bring your mom. I bet she likes me.
For 2019.
I didn't know that the sandwich segment was right after this. Oh, there you go. I can stop anytime I want. Exactly. Be sure to like the stream, chat. I promise you the ANISA segment will be worth it after this. This laborious, boring Rekieta segment.
Shock it time.
I just want to hear his story about the shopping.
You can take a guess at how
this chatter is like so inside his head, living rent-free, that he has to relate a story about him being cool to try and own the random anonymous people on the internet.
Things are going to look or what colors are going to work. But you really don't know until you put it on.
These streams go on for 4 hours.
Tax return were unhelpful for Ms. Carrington's analysis because if the expenses were reported accurately,
we got to put on the ceiling cats. I forgot about it. Sorry, it's been a long. I'm out of practice.
There's a tax advantage to showing a loss. Why were Kay Richens Realty
tax-free
tax returns helpful in your understanding Corey Richens' financial narrative?
And I answered yes and no.
Oh, we started lying about the glasses as well. Like, when he started wearing the glasses, he said it was because he's got lights in his eyes and it was his beady little eyes were making him self-conscious. Now he's just saying he likes it because he thinks it looks cool. But it's totally just the Casey Neistat. My eyes look fucking weird because I'm always looking at the camera, so I'm going to wear these instead.
Or yes or no.
Oh, Miss Sparkles, I've just been changing ties.
Sorry,
yes,
I didn't know what you told. Like, I literally forgot.
Was not
I'm out of practice.
To avoid...
we have an ascot now.
Why would a business...
Oh my god. He's Scooby-Doo maxing. He's gonna meet up with Velma and the gang. He's wearing an ascot. I can't even make this up. He just goes to Goodwill and finds as much cheap shit as he can. And he thinks I don't know if he thinks it looked good or not, or if he's just like peacocking. That would be my guess. Because I know his brain is fucked up, but surely he's not fucked up to think that this looks good. Surely not to that level. That's like idubbbz level of brain damage.
I don't know why.
Similar
she was
to
operating at a
These are
loss.
comfy as hell, though.
And so that, factually speaking, she acquired 3 new properties in November of 2021, adding $1.1 million to her debt.
Is the style in the room with us now?
Corey and Eric Richens had any tax liabilities.
It's not a cravat, it's an ascot.
Let's zoom in on the contract deadlines.
Lady Tammy sent it in.
Signature.
I'm actually about to change it out. Lady Tammy sent it in with the shock it.
Ms. Carrington, what information does
shock
this
it tie?
So this gives
I made fun
chronology of
ascots.
different steps. That's correct.
Investigate whether Corey Richens tried to sell.
Did he get a squeaky voice filter? Or is that just his natural voice after the vaping? I can't tell. He already had a pretty high-pitched voice.
She listed the property on,
very
and
feminist.
then after that, she continued to try to sell it unsuccessfully.
But I heavily adjusted the lighting.
And at some point,
months.
I'm going back to the
Eric Richens' death.
shock it tie.
Immediately
This
after
man cannot
closing
sit still.
on the Midway Mansion.
I appreciate that.
Position
I do like this tie.
On March the 5th.
even if she had sold everything she had, it would not have been enough to get back to zero.
Yeah, the classic short sleeve shirt with a tie, winning combination in winter.
Let's turn briefly.
I don't hate this jacket. Like, I'll get some shit for this for saying this, but I don't hate this jacket. Something about it actually is fine.
Did you prepare it?
Yeah.
I did.
What material?
Blue.
Did you
I want to
use
get an
prepare it?
emerald shirt.
The insurance policies of each of these insurance
Solid or
policies.
very lightly patterned emerald shirt to go
He's
underneath.
collecting every color of the rainbow,
get
except for
some
purple. That's not a real color. It's just an illusion in your mind to chat. You can't buy purple shirts. There are no purple shirts, but the emerald shirts, they exist out there. Oh my goodness.
tidied up before I can do a Cooking with Racket show. And no, I don't think I want to spend time collaborating with Kurt on anything.
So that's
Dude, once I got a glimpse into
where it goes.
All right, so the Kurt Cope. Now, Nick has decided that he needs an enemy. Like Maddox and Dick Masterson. Dick Masterson had the perfect enemy in Maddox for many years and was able to trick people into convincing them that he was funny because of this. Nick has decided that he's such a piece of shit. He needs to find like an enemy that he can like throw shots at, so he's like winning in some aspect of his life, while his wife's getting railed, while his kids are forgetting him, while he's maybe getting them taken away again, according to what this wrapped in plastic person is saying on the Kiwi Farms. But like the thing with Kurt is he's a very good target because, you know, he looks kind of funny, he's a little bit autistic, and he said a very bad joke. And Nick uses this bad joke to imply that Kurt was inviting minors to his house, which he absolutely was not. Nick does not believe this. This would never happen. But Nick was friends with Kurt for the longest time. In fact, like when the SS Rekieta was sinking, Kurt was the last person off the boat. Like he's on the last lifeboat and he's looking out at the boat as it's going under the waves and he's like crying to himself. He's saying like, "Oh my goodness, my spot could have been for a woman and child, maybe one of Nick's kids and his wife or something. Who knows?" But he's decided that Kurt is the perfect villain because he can't go after anyone else. Because if he goes after someone like Sean or the Kino Casino or Null or something, they're all popular and well liked, and everyone just has to say, "Well, you know, your kids tested positive for cocaine, and you're a cuckold." There's really no comeback to that. So the only thing he can do is imply that Kurt is a pedophile when he surrounds himself with pedophiles and invites them to his house multiple times, and he's even hitting on this pedophile. Like he has like an entire rogue gallery of people that have publicly said they are interested in minors or made jokes to that effect, and like some of them are more accurate than others, obviously. But the idea that he's offended by anything that Kurt said is a complete fabrication. He's planning to go see the fucking Melton in Las Vegas in April 12th. He was trying to hit on this Scarlett Johansson, not Scarlett Johansson, sorry. What is her name? Scarlett Hampton, who's retweeting Nick Fuentes saying that the age of consent is a feminist myth and that 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds should be legal. This is what she's co-signing. This is the woman, that he was ecstatic about, that she followed him on Instagram. Oh my goodness, guys, I've been followed by a porn star, someone that's been blacked and was kicked out of the industry because of HIV or something. At least that's what people are saying. I don't know. Allegedly, all that. But she is retweeting Nick Fuentes talking about the age of consent and 14s and 15-year-olds being on the table. If you truly care about Kurt's comments, then surely you would not hang out with these people. You wouldn't be supporting Vito. You've got Vito. You've got Ralph. He's calling pedophile in DMs, inviting to his house, hanging out with his family. He's got who else did I say? Vito, Ralph, Scarlett, and who's the other fat one? All the fat people were, let's say, Melton. Did I say Melton twice? Probably, because he deserves that because he's that fat. So he clearly doesn't give a shit about this. It's just rewriting history, that it was always a bad guy. No, if he knew anything about people, and he likes to think that he has this sort of opinion that he can, suss out what a person's intentions are, and he knows how to manipulate people. He's the master of puppets. But all of these people are just like, well, I thought they were fine until they weren't, and they made fun of me. Okay, buddy. Okay. This man used to say that cuties was a bad thing. Now he's like, well, I mean, it has a artistic integrity, and he's talking about the small body types, he enjoys. He's a consummate small girl enjoyer. He said this on his own Twitter timeline. I don't know. It's all starting to add up. I will also mention he has talked about how you can just ply women with cocaine to get them to have sex with you. And his 9-year-old daughter did also test positive for cocaine. Funny that. The favorite one. Interesting. I don't know if you want to be saying these things about Kurt, Nick. He doesn't look like you're so clean.
What he thinks is
right.
appropriate.
Those are all
as
the
far as
transactions below it.
That's right. And so you can see the money comes in,
Relationships go,
and there's some expenses for projects. There are
Where's
expenses
this
to
story
pay
so I can
debt,
get to the next file?
figure lending, green grass holding.
Again, not normally
Lister
doing
Stella
this,
gifted one
but
message. Thank you.
with the weird issues I've been having with my computer lately, and it being, I think, 4 years old, which is the longest I've gone without buying a new computer in a while. Usually I would replace them every two years.
This man's going through computers like people go through iPhones every 2 years. The plebeians in chat cannot understand the terrible situation where I have to use a computer for more than 2 years. Now, to be fair, if you're doing this as a business, it's a tax write-off, so you may as well get a new computer every 2 years. But imagine that. Imagine this poor man having to use a computer for 4 years. Oh my goodness. Can we put an F in the chat? This is truly the world's greatest soldier.
3 years at the most. 4 years has been a little bit of a stretch, although I did some upgrades, so it's not like it is the same exact machine. That being said, I probably didn't optimize parts and stuff and did a bad job. Plus, one of the most annoying things,
he can't even build his own computer. He's buying a
Windows 11 that was like just shoved down your damn throat. I think that was a mess. I didn't like that at all.
Guarantee you he spent over $10,000 on this new PC with the RAM prices the way they are, and GPUs are still pretty expensive. He probably just got like tricked into buying the most expensive thing possible. Now, if it's a tax write-off, I'd do the same thing, but you know, to be fair.
But anyway, like I was saying, it's time to upgrade the PC and also to get one that can do some kind of specific stuff for me, and one of those things is portability, so that I have my work with me whenever I go somewhere.
Suffer replay watches.
So just throwing it out there that's I'm actually really close to being able to snag it, and that's been largely
1.52
generosity has been really, really helpful there, and had a huge super chat the other day, which put us well down the road to it. So that's been nice. But thank you, all of your I guess, you know, chats and memberships and stuff like that.
He's whippletless. He's horeless.
Well, they're always utilized.
I think he's going to meet up with some whores in Vegas.
Eat a bunch of food and need all sorts of stuff. But your extra generosity has been really appreciated. Thank you. Nick, how do you manage to stream so much again without all the drugs? I like what I do.
Liar. He hates this. He routinely talks about how much he hates trial streams. He just thinks it's easy content and it's going to bring the people back. He's going to see about it in the next clip we get through, which thank God is a short one. But he's actually mad. He's mad at the chatters because and I had to show you how boring this was. Otherwise, it won't make sense in the next segment. Okay. Because people begged and pleaded for him to do trial streams again. But then he's doing this Thai show and talking about chatters and seething and raging. And it's unwatchable. No wonder people don't tune in. Emily DeBaker is getting like, what, 8,000 live concurrent viewers on this same trial. I think even higher than that. Nick is just not watchable for legal content because all he wants to talk about is his ascots.
I like streaming. I enjoy it.
Doubt. Liar. Now, what Nick does like is the parasocial aspect. He likes having a bunch of gooners that send him like tit pics and stuff like that. And he likes people giving him money. Of course, to be fair, I love getting money as well. Everybody does. I mean, I like money. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But Nick hates streaming. He just likes the parasocial benefits of being a micro celebrity on the internet, which unfortunately doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen again. I mean, he's been doing this for like 10 years at this point, or 9-10 years. He can't figure out how to get over 1,000 live viewers, or at least he does know how to do it, but he refuses to do it. Just do the content people want, the what the hell stuff.
It is and isn't work. These trials are a mixed bag. Sometimes they're a ton of work and they're real slog. This one is shaping up that way, but other times they're high energy and a lot of fun. You know, it all just depends on the trial.
Yeah, if it's like Johnny Depp.
But generally speaking, I can stream. The limits to my streaming are generally schedule based around other obligations that I have. Hollow Bong says, "Congrats, Alyssa, on beating cancer."
Oh, so
another Nick L. How is that a Nick L? I didn't give her cancer. Actually, hold on. That might not be true.
His nose is getting red, chat, too.
I might have done it. The real L are the people who donated. Whoo. You gave her throat cancer. Nah. That would be disgusting. To do...
Hey, how's it going, Selko? Chris, I haven't seen you in a while.
Also be willing
Doing
to
well.
dress
How about you?
Like an idiot.
So he wants a Jestemax.
It takes a little bit of a mind shift, you know? Because
he likes dressing like a clown.
Strange when you show up at McDonald's in a full suit. They do.
People in full suits go to McDonald's all the time. It's like, oh man, I walk into the McDonald's and everybody just looks around me like, oh, they've never seen a man in a suit before. No, it's because you're dressed like a fucking clown. You said it yourself. You're Jestemaxing. Oh, I show up in my bright purple, which doesn't exist, shirt and my yellow ties, and they all just have never seen a man in a suit before. Oh my God. You got the CEO of McDonald's eating McDonald's now, allegedly. Actually, I'll save the McDonald's segment for later. Not today.
But the crazy thing is, so I've met people and encountered people, friends.
All right, this is the story. This is the story that I wanted to say.
And,
I'll put it down to 1.25 now again.
I remember, I did a live event in Vegas.
This is the Aranim Holte fan concert. which I'm not even joking. People actually go to see it. It doesn't make sense, but for some reason, they're so obsessed with the toe that they have to go and talk about him and share pictures of him at this event in Vegas. We'll see how it goes this year, since the restraining order hearing is the day after. Interesting.
I did a live event in Vegas, and one of my longtime viewers of the show, who, you know, over the years has become a friend and stuff. He,
I believe I know who he's talking here, but go on.
He landed in Vegas, and he's like, "Hey, like, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm out shopping with Lady Rackets."
Oh, I
And he's
just
like,
keep hitting the vape.
"Man, can you help me pick out like a good outfit or something?"
All right, so I'm gonna I think I know exactly who he's talking about, and I'll just tell you right now, you can't. This is going to be like putting makeup on a pig. It's not going to make a fucking difference. Now, Nick will tell you this isn't the case, but okay, let's continue. Let's hear the story. This is a fucking
sure, I know
wild story.
And
so this fan is like, "Oh, Nick, can you teach me how to dress?" Okay.
So like I was like, here is where I am, you know, come on down. So he came out to the store, and set him up with one of the store workers. I think they were all Italian women. I said, "Just listen to the pretty Italian woman tell you what you look best in."
All right. Hello, my greatest soldier, my largest pay pig. Let's go down to the Italian shop. Just listen to whatever these saleswomen, they work on commission, but just listen to whatever the fuck they say, okay? If they tell you to buy a $10,000 purse, you take it. These women know what to do. Money speaks. All right, tell us what the Italian saleswomen want to want to tell you about.
Not tell you what you look good in. Don't do that, because they'll tell you look good in anything, because they want to sell you clothes. Figure out the thing that they say you look best in, because odds are you'll probably look good in that.
Oh my God.
And you know, he gets to it, and it was a Vegas store, and it was a designer store, so it was a little pricey. His outfit was I think it came really close to $1,000 if it wasn't.
That's not that expensive for an outfit.
But then they're like, "You should buy this jacket. The jacket it sells."
Just listen to the Italian women, okay? You should wear this $500 suit. Okay. Oh no, actually, let's get you this $500 jacket, since you agreed to do anything we'll say. Okay, ladies, thank you very much. I'll take the $1,000. Do you take cash or credit?
The whole outfit. And he's like, "Should I buy this jacket?" I said, "Yeah, you should buy the jacket." And
does it
look
look
good? You know, for him, this was not like the biggest expense. He could afford it.
All right, so fine. That's all right if you want to throw money around.
I've heard so many stories from him about wearing that outfit and meeting more people and getting more engagement from the people he's wanting engagement from than
it's working,
anything else.
Chat. The magic
He's
clothing
done in his life.
Now, here's the thing. If you buy like an expensive suit of clothes and you go out in it, you do feel more confident, but people are attracted to that confidence. It's not the clothes. Now, Nick thinks it's reverse because he's just like a soulless shell. So the only thing he can add to his body is clothes. And he hopes if he gets the right combination of magic, colors, and clothes, it'll dazzle the audience and make them forget that his daughter tested positive for cocaine and is an abusive husband. It doesn't work like that. It's not about the clothes. It's about who's wearing the clothes. You can't dress up a fucking pig.
It's crazy how much a contemplated outfit.
The chat calls him out in a second. It's hilarious.
That's put together. It's intentional, and it doesn't look cheap. The doors that can open.
All right, just think about this. Okay. So it has to be expensive clothes, or at least it has to look expensive.
For you, don't make sense. They don't make sense at all.
I mean, you're just teaching people that you're a fucking rube. These saleswomen took their commissions out of his ass.
100% worth it. Now, not everybody can do that on a whole wardrobe. If you have a pretty reliable thrift store source, you actually can replicate that with a whole wardrobe. You get a whole wardrobe.
Then why didn't you take him to the thrift store and teach him this skill instead of sending him off to the Italian women that like raped his wallet? There was no reason for this to happen.
Suit and look really good in it. Just takes a couple trips through the store at the right time. So here we go. A libertarian expert says, "Believe people you're giving money. The saleswoman has your best interest in mind." I didn't say that. "The stripper really likes you. Trust me, bro." I didn't say that. Your dealer is going to give you a good deal, bro.
All right. Now, how's he going to respond to this chat? Will he, A, ignore the comment, or 1, I guess, vote 1 in chat. Will Nick Rekieta ignore the troll? Or 2, will he seethe at this troll and teach them that they are in fact incorrect? Let's have a look. You got to dun 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 dun.
You know, it's really funny about people like Libertarian Expert.
Okay.
Is you can tell
more like lives in your head
their
free expert
personality based on the fact that they assume that it's impossible for those people to actually like you.
So Nick actually believes that the strippers liked him.
I wonder why that is.
Oh no. I wonder why that is. The Nick is able to tell everything about somebody's life just from their chatters, just from their one chat. He can tell your entire life story, but you can't possibly perceive what's going on in the inner machinations of his mind.
Sorry, the strippers always lie to you, brother.
The strippers are telling Nick the truth. Oh yeah, we love you, Big Daddy, for spending $20,000 in the club. Oh my goodness, we don't like the other clients, but you're Anaconda. We got a special name for you. Every fucking John is Anaconda, Nick. Come on now. That's why they don't have to remember anyone. They just give everyone the same nickname. Actually seething, trying to convince the chat the stripper does like him.
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
But tell everybody else like how their experience is. I'm sure you're normative. I'm sure you exhibit completely normative traits. What self-respecting man would ever interact with a stripper? Why did you speak authoritatively about how those interactions go?
Called him out straight away. You don't have to interact with a stripper to make this statement, but Nick can't comprehend this at all. It's completely outside his sphere of experience to think that a man could not just talk to a stripper and that everyone like loves strippers and thinks it's cool to go to the club and spend all of your bankroll on a couple of diseased whores that give you some cocaine and then go back to their single mom lifestyle or whatever.
You either don't, you're not a self-respecting man by your own definition, or you just lied.
This is like saying what self-respecting man would do crack. I don't have to do crack to do this, to make this statement. What self-respecting man would beat his family? I don't need to beat my family to make this statement about Nick Rekieta. What self-respecting man would have his children test positive for cocaine? I don't need to give children cocaine to make this statement. What self-respecting man would ever interact with a stripper? Exactly. This user 404 says, but meme, they really do love me, not my money. Well, I tell you, I love you, and not because of your money. Anaconda.
It doesn't really matter. Anyway, through with you for the day. Adios.
Oh my goodness. I think the cope levels are completely synonymous with the vaping. All right, one more clip, I promise. This is the last clip. This is from the Camelot birthday stream. So everybody please say happy birthday, Camelot, in the chat. This is Nick Rekieta misses his 28-inch waist. No, several marriages arced down. Stream numbers and Ko-Fi. All right, let's take a look at this. Then we'll get into the ANISA stuff, which is actually entertaining.
When I got arrested, this is the only thing I missed. When I got arrested, my waist was, I think it was a 28.
Oh my God.
It was so nuts.
You look like a skeleton.
I know. I don't actually want to look like that again. Right. But
he does.
It's like when you abstract away the image and you go with the number, it's like, holy shit. Like my stomach was tight as hell. It was perfect.
I've never seen you so happy with yourself when you were a skeleton. You're like, man, I look so good.
The thing I love about Camelot is he's honest. Like you can have your criticism of Camelot, but he's honest. Like Nick will tell him these stories that he just like expects Camelot to not repeat, like the story about the black hookers trying to buy Camelot some Minnesota 8s but Vegas 2s, the $20,000 a month in cocaine, and Camelot will just repeat it because he has not an ounce of dishonesty in his whole body. And he'll just say it straight away. He's like, well, I don't want to be skinny again. It's like, well, you were never more happy than when you had that small waist, man. And Nick immediately gets felted. So funny.
Awesome.
Looking in the mirror, being like, yeah, damn, look at my ribs.
I look great.
I would fuck me. I can't wait to do it for your.
He sweat for Nick and giving his kids crack. He's not honest. No, he's honest about being a sweeper. That's the thing. He's not duplicitous. Maybe I should have said that.
Your next 3 marriages, Nick. That's what I'm. You got to have the arc. You haven't had it yet. Everybody's had like the several marriages arc. And
sounds like That sounds like a
That's a lot
nightmare.
of work.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what
my
I'm looking
God.
forward to. I want to go
No,
to like, Vegas.
It sounds like he was literally trying, and he was lying, or at least I don't know. Maybe he was telling the truth. Maybe he was lying, but he was convincing April that if she just 2 more weeks, baby, we're getting divorced, and I'm gonna make your life. You're gonna be number one. You're gonna be in the big house. We're gonna send Kayla back to the little house on the side property. It's like now he's like forced to stay with her, and he's like, no, I always love my wife. That's why I tried to replace her with multiple women and tried to upgrade to younger models constantly, and all the swinging and cuckoldry. It's because I love my wife. Love my wife. Simple as.
It's like shithole, like $5 like shotgun wedding with as Nick's best man.
I like my wife though. I don't
Do you think he likes his wife, chat? Does Nick Rekieta like his wife? I like my wife. That's why you started having sex with April? And you keep placating her with Legos so that she can leave you alone for 10 minutes or something while you go do something, get some privacy away from her? No, I don't know. That doesn't sound like the actions of a man that loves his wife. Finding literally any other woman to talk to, even like gutter trash. Like that, what was her name? Dagger Pussy? And that blacked chick? And literally any female attention he falls for, like Mandy. Not the actions of a man that likes his wife.
want to do that. That sounds horrible.
It's the actions of a man trying to escape from a situation.
For you. Hey, Lady Raggins, if you're watching, I'm really sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Never mind then. Don't worry about all the cocaine and the cuckoldry and the drug tests and everything. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Ask for some help.
Right? The
Holy
idea
shit.
of having to like get to know another human being on the same level it takes to understand somebody that you're like in a marriage with or in a long-term
I don't know who
relationship
this chick
with,
is.
it's just too much work. I'm never going to do that again, ever. It's just too much work.
Yeah, I don't, that'd be a tough one. I don't ever want to find out, but that would be really tough because it's like,
I don't know. I don't want to find out. Man that slept with other women and had multiple men inside here, cooming inside his wife. Before the engagement, during the engagement, after the marriage, and into the future, perhaps. I don't know. The future is bold and beautiful, I suppose, for Miss Rackets as she begins her cougar arc.
well, there was a lot of work that's now over. Like any of the times that, spoiler alert to the chat, went through a lot, right? And there's some dark times in there. And so any time that I thought that things were really in jeopardy or really crashing down and stuff, I thought about it and was like, I don't even know how to wake up on a day and not like be able to send a message to this woman. Like I don't know how to do that anymore. That's how I breathe.
I mean, I'm not necessarily an expert, but most people when they wake up in the morning, they just roll over and say hello to their wife. Nick, when he wakes up, he gets as far away from his wife as possible and then sends her a text message. Yeah, it sounds like it's another day in paradise.
You know, it's part of everything. I don't know how people can separate it out. I have no idea. Because yeah, every time I thought through, like, is this going to happen to me? Because I didn't ever have any plans on leaving or anything.
Yes, you did
during those times, but you never know.
Literally did. You told April, or at least you lied to her so you could keep getting her snatch. I don't know what. You said that you were going to break up, that you were going to get together, and it was going to be all smooth sailing, rock star lifestyle, cocaine every day, orgies every night, and then the wife would be nowhere to be seen. But it didn't work out like that. So you had to fall back on plan B. Oh, how sad.
The other person's thinking or like
Can't
what
control it. Yeah.
And so it's like I would just sit there and I was like, God, I really hope that doesn't manifest because I don't know what to do. Like I don't know what to do if I'm not trying to figure out how to help get through a day. And help with the kids and stuff.
I'm
like
sure
that. Like,
vaping will
I
help.
Cannot imagine it. Don't want to imagine it. That's always been like the fear is that I'd have to figure that out. And I don't, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't choose any of that.
Right.
Your normal like night streams where you're just like watching Kurt like cook some monstrosity. You have like 1,000 people like watching, and the trial is like half that.
Yeah,
it's that's not really the case. Like when he does like I think the Kurt stuff was maybe 10,000 replay views. What the Hales was 20,000. The recent stuff is like 5,000. So Nick is going down. The Kurt stuff is like a quick and easy. It's like a donut. It tastes great in the moment, but then you're going to regret it later if you have too many of them. And that's what's happened. It's depleted his audience. Now I'm sure there's like a handful of people that are interested in seeing the Kurt content because they just really don't like Kurt. In fact, back when I was like because one of the first streams that we did actually was making fun of Kurt because of his copyright flagging past. Now, he did redeem himself after that and apologized and got back to being a good boy. But there was a time, I think when I was talking about Good Logic's $100,000 judgment for him being a fraudulent tax boy or whatever it was. Someone was sending me a lot of DMs. They're like, gotta cover this like patent thing with Kurt lawsuit. Like there's this one very focused Kurt A-log who's been trying to get everyone to cover Kurt, and Nick is the first person to take the bite. Like, it just wasn't interesting stuff. But no, the Kurt streams have been disastrous. You've scared away the majority of people, and now you're left with a handful of people that do have a lot of money to give you. But like, what if a bus crashes on the way to Hackermania and they all go away? Like, the hands of your channel, the future of your income is in the hands of like 5 people. That's not a good situation to be in.
Everybody, like, not to sound like I'm bitching, like I'm mildly bitching.
He's not bitching.
I mean, there are ancillary benefits doing the trial. It's consistent content. It's the same type.
That's the only benefit for Nick, is that he doesn't have to plan anything. He just turns on the trial stream and just sits there playing with his wardrobe for 4 hours while he expects people to show up and give him money for doing no work.
It's the same time. So eventually, in theory, the algorithm will pick it up.
Kurt Banjo?
And at least like, it'll be there and it'll at least get distributed out to people who watch trials. So I know that's like an investment in it, but for now it sucks. But it's like, the one thing that gets frustrating.
Let him enjoy his midlife crisis. Like, why don't you let me enjoy mine?
You got to cover this trial. You got to cover trials. Like, it's the greatest thing when you cover trials. Then you cover trial, and it's like, where is everybody?
I did get a co-file.
All right, Chad, here's a question. Where is everybody? He's covering the trial. Why aren't people watching? Who could say? Perhaps it's because he spends 30 minutes on the tie selection instead of the legal reactions and expertise. The only reason someone would watch a lawyer. Holy shit. Oh, I don't know why the chat isn't showing up. I showed them my yellow tie. They demanded the trial content, but for some reason, they're just not showing up. We couldn't get 400 people to show up for I don't get it.
It took me a long time. It was funny because like it was who was it? Kata the Swiss was like, you need to make a co-file right now. And I was like, okay. And I made one and he dropped $1,000 on the co-file right now.
That's a bro, right?
And I was like, oh my God. And then like I had 2 more drops for like 2 months after that on co-file.
Damn.
I was like, damn, I thought this was gonna be crazy. Funny. Kata the Swiss really kicked everybody's ass there. And
some people get a lot of them.
Yeah. Cecil does really well on it. So he kills it on the co-file.
Yeah. I opened one up. And no one has donated to it, but I don't really promote it or anything. Because like I hate every time.
Ko-Fi is just like a donation link. Like I've got one in my bio. Like I think it's like buy me a coffee or whatever. Nick, actually, I remember seeing a tweet or something from Nick. He's like, well, I signed up for Ko-Fi. I don't know how to use their platform yet. You just sign up and people send you money. That's it. That's it. It's not a platform. It's not like this thing you have to spend days to figure out and messaging with your stream settings and everything. No, you just set it up. That's how it works.
Every time you add something, it's another thing to monitor, and that's what gets annoying. Yeah. It's like because it's like
he should contact Josh Moon. I believe that Josh Moon has a program that allows him to read several different chats at once. It's actually pretty neat little thing.
If I want to add to another multi-stream to another service or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, that's another chat window and another chat window and another chat window. And they don't, even the like StreamYard will kind of consolidate them, but one will break and then the other will break. And so that window is useless after a while. I got to reach out to Matsuri. I would love to go back. It's so fun. It's been a couple of years. I don't know why they didn't have me. That's a joke.
It's a mystery there.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Like last year, I technically could have.
So I believe that he's also messaged Anime Matsuri to see if he can come back. He can go to Anime Matsuri if he wants to. He wants to come back as a guest. Please let them say yes. I want to see his booth completely devoid of anybody while everyone's like going to Critical Drinkers Line or something. Please let this happen. You know, you can just go enjoy an anime event. You don't have to actually be a guest or a star. You can just be a normal dude.
You know, all my stuff was over, but I wasn't ready to do anything like that. So, but I was going to ask this year, and if they say no, I'll be like, hey, what about next year? That'd be cool too. They've always been really nice though.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy how much traffic the YouTube corner gets when we go there. I mean, my dumb ass had a line for like 2 hours. I was like, why are people wanting to talk to my dumb ass? You know,
the cool thing about Anime Matsuri is like, if they come to see us, there's also the entire convention, which is a pretty cool like thing to do. Right. If you tolerate
I thought anime sucks. Cope and Sneed.
Yeah. Anybody north of hating anime will have a good time.
And if you don't like anime, just go to the hentai booth. It'll be safe.
Well, I went back there the last time, and it was all the gay stuff. And I was like, well, finally, we got rid of that nonsense.
All right, that's it. That's the Rekieta segment. It's over. It's over, chat. Finally, we're deleting the folder. Hopefully, it'll be another 4 months before we have to cover him, but we'll have to see. Maybe next month. But now we have the ANISA the Queen segment, and this is so funny. Like, if the Rekieta segment was boring, then don't worry. This is going to be good. In fact, let's just see how it begins.
Oh, buddy.
There you go. Say it louder, ANISA.
Whoa, buddy.
Whoa, buddy. It's time for the ANISA and idubbbz segment. This is the funniest thing. This is so funny. ANISA is such a soulless vampire. Say goodbye to the cat's chart. Holy shit. Let's, first of all, before we get into this, we have to check in with Ian. Let's see how Ian's doing. So Ian's not doing so well. He did get, 100 subs for someone to do a handstand, but he's so desperate for money, he's having to spread his cheeks live on stream for less than 100 people. This is how bad it's getting in the idubbbz kingdom. Oops, why isn't this working? All right, we'll just see. So let's check in with idubbbz's stream. Let's see how it's going over in the bog.
Who was that? Latine says, Sam really ruined you.
It's Sam Hyde.
Well, big news. Once I get over 200 pounds,
he's out of focus. His background doesn't even detect, like his camera doesn't even detect him as a person. It's focusing on the snake. He's outside of his fucking focal plane. What the fuck?
I'm going to be beating Sam in a boxing match. So you can look forward to that.
All right, look forward to it, chat. It's really going to happen. I actually played the wrong one first. That's unfortunate. But he said that he was going to claim that he's going to get back into boxing and he's going to challenge Sam Hyde. But not only will he challenge him, he is going to defeat Sam Hyde. We actually have an artist's interpretation of what that might look like. It's probably going to look something like this. idubbbz is something like 170 pounds, and he's short. Sam Hyde is a big dude. I think they've already done this. It's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. But he's convinced it's gonna make it happen. And this is years. This is years after he said that he would never even mention Sam Hyde's name again. Now he's desperate. Nothing is ever gonna work out. He's gonna have to demand to box him. There's what I was supposed to play. Oops, we're kind of spoiling these. All right. These are in the wrong order. I need to do this better. All right, so ANISA has been ANISA has been promising a stream. He's finally in focus again. I'll give him credit, but it's kind of a bad focus. ANISA has been promising to do a stream for months. I understand this is clipped by Bulgarian Loves Matter, the only guy that can actually watch this content. So thank you for that. He's on the Kiwi Farms. ANISA has been promising this illustrious stream for years. Well, no, that's a bit of an exaggeration. But Ian's decided. Ian's husband has decided today is the day. She's going to rejoin the Twitch stream. Let's see what Ian thinks about that.
We rating ANISA? We're not. We need a break so that we can help ANISA set up her stream.
No stream rate.
But she'll go live a couple hours after.
Not even supporting his wife. Not even a crumb. Now let's have a look. Let's have a look in the ANISA waiting room. ANISA is offline. You could check out Chris Raygun. So ANISA doesn't even shill her husband on her own channel. Let's see ANISA's choice. ANISA's choice. ANISA Joma suggests these streamers: Chris Raygun, Nick, or is it Haley Little Nick, and Kaylee. I'm seeing that someone's missing. Someone's missing. I don't know who it is though. Ian's not doing so great, as Cancer Man Medica on the farms has found out that according to Social Blade, his estimated earnings on YouTube is now $11. I was trying to make a 111 thing. $111 a month, because he unlisted all of the content cops. His bread and butter, these like evergreen videos that would have brought in thousands of dollars a month in residual revenue. This is what happens if you get a video with 1 million views, or like north of 1 million views, and people keep watching it. And there's like a lot of these content cops are timeless. They're like very entertaining and a lot of nostalgia qualities in them as well. But now he's reduced to $111 $100 a month from his YouTube career. His 6 million subscriber, almost 7 million subscribers. I guess he's lost some. $100. For comparison, we have DSP Gaming, who is now only $1 behind Ian. It's not looking so good. But he is making at least $1,000 on Twitch, as that we know of. But he does have to share some of that money with Twitch, obviously, and ANISA. So he's basically getting by on about $200 a week. It's not looking pretty good up in the frozen north. So now we have the return of the Queen. ANISA deciding not to shill anything for idubbbz. They said, I'm streaming on it now, come watch. And she's posting it on her Instagram. Immediately, you can tell the difference. The lighting is there. There's a background. She actually has something interesting. Well, let's this comparison. Hold on, let me show you. Let me see. I think it's this one. idubbbz has been streaming like this for months. He can't get over like 100-200 viewers on his stream. ANISA returns, immediately shoots up over 300 subscribers, 300 views. She's doubling her husband's output, and she hasn't streamed in, I believe, a decade. The hype for this stream was real, chat. It was kind of crazy. It was kind of insane, but it happened. Let me see. Where are we? Let's have a few looks at some of these choice things. Let's have a look. What? Come on now. This should work. There we go.
Are you 32 or not? I am 32. It's true.
She's 32, chat.
And I'm full of eggs. I'm full.
I guess maybe she thinks because idubbbz is a eunuch that she's been saving up her eggs. That's not how it works. But she's got loads of eggs, chat. If there's any eligible bachelors in the chat right now, she's got a full carton of eggs. Okay, she's just a crisp 32, practically a child. That sounds really weird. Practically a fresh spring chicken. I don't know. She's full of it. She's full of eggs. All right, let me see. Where is this one? All right, this is how the thing starts off.
Ian's whole
let's see what she talks about her husband. Let's see how she says.
For me. Okay. So I do have kind of a fairy princess thing going on. We have different vibes, and that's why, okay, you become a YouTuber. So you get enough money that you can have 2 different rooms and have different vibes, and then our bedroom is our neutral zone. Okay.
I'm not sure that's how you want to describe your marriage, as the neutral zone. I think there was something I missed here at the beginning.
Ian's whole aesthetic is being just a grubby gremlin guy.
Hey, chat, welcome to my stream. I've got my terrarium here. I've got my lighting set up. Hello, 300 chat viewers. So my husband, he's a goblin. He's a greasy, disgusting little troll living in the other room, and I only have to see him in the neutral territory. Oh my goodness, you love to see it. You love to see it. What was this one? Oh, the Meat Canyon stuff. So Ian, idubbbz has been seething at Meat Canyon and also Charlie, because he's saying that they're alt-right pipelines, even though they're some of the most, Charlie's probably apolitical, I would say. Meat Canyon is a leftist. He had a massive seed session about ICE, and he actually made an animation where ICE agents go to an anime convention and shoot up a bunch of weebs because he's so mad at ICE agents. So, but Ian thinks that he's a alt-right pipeline MAGA bro. So, but ANISA knows better. ANISA knows better.
I heard Meat Canyon was alt-right in Ian's last stream. I don't think Meat Canyon's alt-right. I don't know where you would have heard that, but...
What a state. ANISA is the brains of the operation. This is the reality.
I mean, I can't say no. I mean, I don't know what's in his head. I don't know what's in his heart. I don't know what's in his heart, but I think he's just an artist.
He just draws cartoons.
That's right. I don't need a reward. Past your prime, bitch, you're 32. Shut up. I just mean in the streaming.
Oh, this music's probably going to get me a copyright strike. It's fine.
You know, when you start streaming, you get excited about growth and doing things and networking and
She just missed
I feel
it.
like coming around the second time to it, I don't have that for some reason. Whoa.
That's a donation thing. It's a bit greasy.
Manson family wannabe. Terrifying.
All right, so she completely disrespects her husband. Let me see. What is this one? Ian is fun
more
IRL.
Off camera. Ian's fun all the time. You just can't.
So he's exactly the same. He's exactly the same on stream as he is off stream. All she had to do was say yes. Just say yes. Just support your husband. Could she not do it one time? Just support your fucking husband one time.
I can't see it because you're fucking insecure and weird. Not my problem.
Insecure and
Am
weird.
I more of a bitch than Ian? Yes.
She's the boss bitch.
Yes.
Now, the funny thing about this stream is that she was actually taking it in pretty good strides. Obviously, there was a lot of trolls, and we'll get to the Josh Moon stuff in just a second. But she wasn't banning people. It's funny because when she's watching her husband's stream, she's banning people left and right. There's no criticism allowed in any of Ian's streams. Even if you're just like a little bit suspect, like you say something that could be taken ambiguously, he will ban you preemptively. She was not banning people. Maybe she timed somebody out. She was like rolling with the punches. She was doing very well. Apparently, she's been hiding all of this this talent in the kitchen for like the last couple of years, and she hasn't been helping her husband. Now, it reminds me of an interesting theory, because everyone always says that, you know, she ruined my career. Like it's ANISA is the harlot that came in and destroyed idubbbz. But the funny thing is that Ian has always said that ANISA was there from the beginning. In fact, ANISA even claims, and idubbbz confirms that this is the case, that ANISA was the one that wrote the leafy content cop. So the question is Ian the dead weight in this relationship? Was ANISA just using Ian to say all of her edgy things from the safety so that he gets all of the damage and she can just like move off into the sunset when he's eventually lobotomized? She's almost completed that goal. It seems like she's doing a lot better than her husband. Was it always? I mean, they've been saying this for years and nobody believed them because it was clearly had to be this harlot that was coming in, this succubus sucking the soul out of idubbbz and neutering him. It seems like she's been the brains of the operation the entire time, and Ian is just a fleshy meat puppet.
And I think that's why a lot of people seem to think that I like have some sort of special control. I don't. I just have less control over my mouth.
Well, that's true. That's for certain. All right, where's the Josh Moon stuff? Let me see. Oh wait, there's one more. There's two more. There's two more on ANISA like bad mouthing her husband.
Would Ian ever box Hassan? I don't think Hassan will ever box.
No, Hassan's never going to box anyone because there's nothing for him to gain. He's already at the top of his sphere on the left-leaning podcasters. There's no reason for him to potentially lose anything. There's only losses, no gains there. So that's never going to happen. Of course, he would never give a crumb of clout to Ian either. So that's why Ian's trying to find a boxing match with Sam Hyde.
Ever. It just doesn't seem to be. I mean, the guy has other priorities, obviously.
Yeah, like making a bunch of money and pretending to be a socialist.
Ian will box again.
This is such an evil thing. Ian cannot box again. He is already brain damaged. Like he cannot make his own. He needs like a conservator or something to look after him because he cannot make correct decisions because of the CTE he's already suffered from boxing. And ANISA is just like, yeah, go ahead, go. He will box again because I demand it. Is she actually trying to kill Ian? Is she just trying to get rid of him once and for all so that she can move on? Apparently the house in Seattle actually finally sold, but I don't know if the price is recorded yet. So maybe she's trying to get the payout now. All right, and this is the last one about Ian. Then we'll move on to the Josh Moon one.
Where's the wife? Okay, listen. Do not misgender my husband, you piece of shit. My husband is getting swole.
Don't misgender her wife, Ian.
Right now. Okay, something you know nothing about.
He's getting swole. It's going to happen. All right. So that's ANISA making fun of her husband thing. All right. So this is the funniest turn of events today. Is that Josh Moon, the Mad at the Internet account, went into the chat and started bantering and flirting, people would say, with ANISA, and she recognized him and responded and indeed engaged with Mr. Joshua Cotter Moon of the Kiwi Farms. Interesting development.
Love me 4 kids. Matt, you're a creature, and I like that about you. I
He's
like
a creature.
that.
She
I know
likes
what
it.
you are, and you're welcome here. You're allowed to do your little thing.
And then obviously Josh Moon was absolutely smitten by this. As you can see, he posted on the Kiwi Farms, "Mad, you're a creature. I know who you..." She knows who he is, chat. She knows his name. He's the owner and operator of the Kiwi Farms. You're welcome here. And you can see he's got his little Chris Chan blusher. He's absolutely... The slobber dog has found his next target. Now, things actually aren't doing too well for Josh Moon. So, you know, send him your prayers or whatever. After he interviewed that chick that was allegedly abused by Sam Hyde, and she was an absolute stoner, and it was a disaster, he interviewed the 2 chicks that were claiming that Turkey Tom was an abuser, that was a disaster. He completely blew up in his face. Now, Turkey Tom is not absolved of all of his crimes. He's still a very sussy person and almost certainly engaged in age play and some very weird behavior. But he's not a rapist, and he's not a night rapist, and he's not an abuser at the very least. Okay, so it was unfair. He's a little bit sus, but he didn't commit any of those crimes. Everything was consensual, and honestly, Tom deserves an apology from most of us. But Josh is not having a good day. He even said that, like, if the Kiwi Farms is one lawsuit away from him just shoving the entire site down. He's having his like Doomer arc, and maybe that's why he came into the chat and was so smitten by ANISA, because he just needs a ray of sunlight. It's obviously been a bad week, and I feel bad, but I think Josh does a pretty good job. Like he keeps he shields the world with his well, I mean, he shields the New Zealand world for me back during the PewDiePie shooting. But like he runs one of the most unpopular, well, no, it's not unpopular, one of the most controversial websites on the internet, and he basically gets very little, if nothing, rewarding him. So it's unfortunate. He's the Atlas of the internet, carrying the crimes of the internet on his back, even though he doesn't deserve it. So, you know, send him some positive energy or something. All right, so let's see the actual interview. Oh, well, not interview, sorry, the 7-minute segment where she interacts with Null. Let's take a look.
Weird.
Oops. I've been skipping things. I like Josh's streams. Yeah, Mad at the Internet. I think it comes on after, kind of around the same time I'm doing my Friday stream, or slightly after. It's a good show, honestly. It's just I don't have time for it. It's very, it's a nice wrap up of everything that kind of happens in the lolcow world at the end of the week. Good format, honestly.
No wonder Lacey Green was red-pilled. Respect in a relationship is important. It is. Oh, are you referencing? That was a sarcastic statement, man. The stalkers are out today. Yeah.
Enjoy prison, stalker children.
Yes, that was a sarcastic statement making fun of my friend posting a shirtless photo online. I thought it was fun. You don't remember? No, I don't. I don't remember. Here's the crazy thing. There are people online, okay?
Okay.
Main is live, whatever, is one of them that has documented my life to the point where things that I have typed out 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, they quote like it's important.
So she's talking about the Kiwi Farms, and yes, the internet is forever. Don't put anything on the internet you don't want people to see. Now, I think in this instance in particular, she's probably talking about the statement she made about the Holocaust, in which she said that even though it was terrible, those Nazi scientists came up with some pretty good medical inventions, which is not true. But she unironically said this when she was at the height of her League of Legends career. But she used to be a pretty big streamer. I think, I kid you not, she used to be the top female streamer on Twitch, at least for a little while. But people don't forget about that. But she apparently is a fan of Dr. Mengele, which is maybe why she goes so hard on Ethan Klein and Ela. Who knows?
To anyone. It's not. I don't even remember. But they're out
she
there,
remembers
and
it.
they care so deeply. And I am so
so blessed.
You don't remember cheating 2 times. That's that other thing. They have created this whole like little world that is so, it's like both me and Ian have had the pleasure of being played with like dolls, where whatever
dance my puppets. No, if you just ignore the Kiwi Farms, then it works out pretty well for you. Anyone that starts reading their own thread or obsessing over what people are saying about online, they probably shouldn't be on the internet. Because, I mean, the scrutiny from people like the farms and things is, yeah, I'm sure it's very stressful, but this is what you sign up for. This is the trade-off. You get to stay in your comfy home, make thousands of dollars for basically zero work, but then people are going to laugh at you and say that you're funny or you did something funny, or you're cringe or something. It's like, who gives a shit? This is the life you chose. It's too late to have regrets.
Narrative.
Get a job if you don't like it. Get a real job.
They make. It's a total alternate reality, which I love because it is genuinely.
Is the alternate reality in the room with us now? What are the stories they made up that is the alternate reality? About how you're constantly shitting on your husband? About how you have an OnlyFans? About how you're broke in Canada? Are those alternate realities? Or is that just reality?
Amusing to see the way that they contort their bodies to like make their narrative work.
What? What? Contort their
if you
bodies?
think it isn't true, the videos are on YouTube. Yes. Everyone here, please. If you don't think it's true that people are cataloging my life and warping it into what they want, there are videos on YouTube that you can find.
You can't control the way that people think, despite what Ian would rather the government have. Because, sorry, Ian literally said last time, I think I've got the clip actually still. He wants the government to have a ray that just like obliterates your mind. Like the Men in Black, like neuralizer is essentially what he wants. I'm sorry, you don't get to control the way that people think, and people will have different opinions of you based on their own life experiences or what they see. It doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. Just keep doing your thing.
Yeah, malicious fan fiction. And it is crazy.
Malicious fan fiction?
They do
what?
Edit me green often.
What? Is this part of the Goblin maxing or the Shrek maxing? No, it's because they were sitting in the dank bog with terrible lighting in their like literally Anisa's parents' basement, and the color cast was off. I don't think anyone is editing your screen to make it slightly greener so you look like Mrs. Shrek. Although if someone was doing that like very, very subtly, that's actually very funny. Like that guy that used to slowly make Destiny's head bigger in every picture, but only in an amount that was imperceivable in any one instance. So it's just like he's slowly getting larger and larger. Maybe it's like that. She's Fiona maxing. No, Fiona's attractive though.
I don't know. I mean, slay, but they secretly love you. No, they do. Yeah, definitely. Yes. Which is, I mean, can you, she's got y'all brainwashed. This person's like, please, you guys, you don't understand. Please, for your own sake, how long, I'm genuinely curious. Yeah, actual brainworms. I'm genuinely curious, Wayne, how long have you been following my threads on wherever you're from?
I mean, I just started reading it like, I skipped most of it. What page am I on? I'm on page 4,000, but like I only started reading a couple hundred pages ago, but I mostly skipped through it looking for funny stuff.
Because some people I do.
Jeff Bird Music says, why is she so fascinated with herself? Have you met women before? She's a woman. That's why. Obviously. That's why Ian's obsessed with himself as well.
Okay, this is good content. Thank you so much. I do think there are people who have been following me literally for like 10 plus years on not like me actually like not watching my content, but like hate threads. Oh, you think this is about you? Nah, nobody cares or cared about idubbbz. Then why are you here? Because it sounds like you genuinely, desperately care.
Because you have idubbbz's nuts in your like purse, and you're parading around like a puppet that you're slowly lobotomizing. It seems like she's playing the long con, that she's just like dumbing him down as much as she possibly can, so that then she can make her glorious return and look smart by comparison. Who knows? But Ian and Anisa at this point are inseparable, because that's what they've decided to do, is they've made themselves into this one object that is now the subject of mockery, because they're going from disaster to disaster to disaster. It's like, well, you played yourself. Congratulations.
How long have you followed? You didn't answer the question. How
She's
long?
hoping to monkey branch. Yeah, I mean, if Hassan would even show her any slight interest, she'd be gone so fast. She's like 30 and full of eggs, but none of them are for Ian. But if Daddy Hassan would like impregnate her, she'd be ready like instantly. Imagine that. That's such a sad thing. Honestly, I actually feel bad for Ian. Should I feel bad for Ian, or does he deserve it? Like, imagine she's always just constantly shitting on you, talking about how you stink, how you look like a goblin, how you're relegated to your own corner of the room, and she won't even fuck him. While she's running her OnlyFans and trying to find a man to replace Ian.
Have you been following threads and YouTube videos about me that have made up this? Read it again. You read it wrong because I'm actually.
I think they're trying to get her to read her own Kiwi Thumbs thread, which is very funny.
Oh, you think this is about you? Nah, nobody cares about you. They cared about idubbbz. Okay, so how long have you been following the threads because you care about idubbbz? Yeah, I mean, because I want to know how long some of you genuinely have been. About a year. Oh, that's
Isn't this what you want though? Like, it's kind of the old saying, like, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Like, you want people to care about you. You want people to remember you and search for your name and stuff. This is all, like, in theory, this is all good publicity. It's just that they can't handle any banter. If you have one person on the internet that likes you, then you've got one person that hates you. That's just the way it is. The good comes with the bad. Like, if anything, she should be happy about this and thinking about how she can convert these haters into stream watchers. The average stream hater watches longer than the stream lover in any way. It's like, these are good numbers. Like 300 is a good number for a stream. If you're just starting out, obviously. Like, if you're doing this for 10 years, if you're doing this for 9 years and you can't get over 400 like live viewers, then that's time to rope yourself with a yellow tie.
Not following any threads, was a fan. That is the only part. Nah, man, I'm sorry. That doesn't fly. You're quoting things that specifically are only from those threads. I'm your biggest fan. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, I just got here. What's going on? I'm trying to learn because I do the ones that are the most dedicated. They do show up really early, and they do. I think they think that they're playing the game on YouTube videos. Okay, well, okay. How long have you been watching YouTube videos about this? You should really do some research on yourself. I am me. I am me. I am my.
She showed up to her own stream willfully unprepared about the topic that is herself. Even ANISA is too boring to do the research on her own life. What a funny thing to say.
Myself. I don't know who knows this. I am me.
ANISA will leave Ian for PWR. There was a clip that I didn't include this in tonight's stream, but somebody did suggest that. I think someone also asked if they'd have ANISA watch Mr. Morrow, the Disney reviewer guy.
Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
She said the magic word.
Okay, wait. Please. Answer. Yeah. Wait. Refusing to address the snake in the room. He's underneath his bark. She said the thing. You should really research you. You record yourself saying shit that's contradictory 100%. Wait. We are getting off track. Ma'am or monsieur, how long have you been watching the YouTube videos or whatever you're doing? How long have you been dedicated? Anyway, gotta go work. Damn! This person's a little bitch. Wait, okay. Are you having bad, funny feelings because you're realizing...
Way too many tats and the tats are ugly. I really am not a fan of tattoos of any kind. But ANISA's is some of the worst. The only one that I believe has worse tattoos than her is Ian. Probably at her choice, by the way. Apparently, there was someone in the Kiwi Farms thread that said that they like bought her OnlyFans to see what it was like, and he said it was ungoonable. Like, the tattoos are so distracting, he couldn't stay stiff. So maybe that's why she got them like that. She also had a breast reduction surgery. She got like the fake big old jugs when she was a titty streamer, because that's how she started off. But then she got them cut down. And then that's when Ian married her. So like, he didn't even get to enjoy the big old bouncy balls. If she had them now, she'd probably be pulling in 600, double the numbers.
That it's weird. What you're doing is weird.
Is it funny and weird?
Because it is. And I would love to know. I would so love to know what you look like. I would love to know anything about you, but you won't even tell me how long you've been consuming this content. So
see, the fun thing about ANISA is like idubbbz can't like make fun of anybody because he has to be like a good boy. He can't call people gay. He can't call them fat. He can't call them retarded because those things shouldn't be anything to be ashamed of. But ANISA is not the same. She will look for any avenue to attack people, and that's why she's saying like, I wish I knew how you looked so I could make fun of your appearance. This is why ANISA is successful and Ian isn't. I mean, it's just been one stream. We don't know how high she's going to go. Let me see. We're going to ask the chat in the poll as well. Like, we're going to do a new poll. Sorry. So the question we ask every time: can you fix her chat?
I will say, I'm sorry for all of your family members that surround you, and I hope, I pray that you take an internet break. This is
something so. I don't think streamers are allowed to say take a break from the internet. That feels like stolen valor. You know what I mean?
You spend your time before work, bro. There were people every day. They would wake up. I could tell because it was like it was regimented. There were people every day. They woke up and immediately were on it. A fat loser, probably.
Like the reality of Kiwi farmers and anyone that like catalogs things on the internet, or even just like, you know, tangentially follow someone on the internet, is you like check in with them from now and then. The internet's very good because you can get on the demand content. So all they need to do is go to your Twitter once a week, look for anything retarded, screen cap it. That's all the investment they really need to do. Then they just put it in a big thread and people can read it any time. The reality is most people on the internet, the vast majority of people, in fact, are normal people. Even if they're just engaging in like these like fringe forums or these weird communities, the only people that are really like weird on the internet that are actually weird in real life is actually Redditors that show up at Redditor conventions. Those are the only people that are exactly like they are in real life as they are online. Everyone else is just able to keep their spurgery, like their power level, hidden. Because it's pretty simple. You just there's its own like lexicon online. There's all these different ways you can just talk to people in streams and things, but people can just go about their normal jobs. And the reality is that most people that have normal lives enjoy watching a dumpster fire. They enjoy watching a car crash because they can look at it from the comfort of their own home and say, whew, glad that's not me. And that's the fun of it. Like the idea that like the Kiwi farmers or like anyone on the internet that makes fun of you is like some sort of like basement drilling weirdo is just pure cope fantasy. And we know this is true because some Kiwi farmers actually showed up at the Rekieta hearings, and there was just like the most normal people you could see. It was like a college advertisement. You had like the white guy, the black guy, the woman. There was like all the diversity boxes were ticked. This is just stream cope, unfortunately. And like they like to say this because they have nothing else to say.
Yeah. Hold on. No shot. They're a music producer. No, dude. No.
You'd be surprised.
Wait, no.
You'd be surprised what kind of people you have in chat. Like sometimes I ask people what they do for their jobs. Like if I'm talking to them privately, or like through a DM or something. And I'm shocked at the exceedingly normal jobs and sometimes very fantastic jobs that they have. A lot of people in engineering, though, I will say. A lot of engineers seem to watch the show.
Oh no, that's so sad. Where do you gotta go to work? On your laptop in your little bed? Oh. Well, good for them. Love the terrain.
I Drive. Are you a real human being as well? I actually downloaded Drive. I'm going to watch it again. I haven't seen it in years. It's a good movie, though. It's a fantastic soundtrack, obviously.
By the way, thank you. I kind of am sad that you can't see Amels.
That's a snake.
Gotta go play
She's
on
got a
my
snake.
keyboard. I'm sad you can't see Amels because hers is to the left. How fine? I'm sorry, I can't read that. Is it a mesh top? It is a mesh top, but I have silicone on it, and then I cut out where the lights and the heat are. So
if ANISA was on her game, she'd be like, she could have pretended to be like a ditzy blonde and said like, oh no, this is a tank top, not a mesh top. That would have been funny, I think.
So it is mesh. It's an Adasuki.
I guess that was the entire segment. I thought there was a longer null segment there. Maybe I saved the wrong one. Here's when she Googled to see how many eggs she has. Let's have a look at this. So she's 30 and full of eggs, chat, but she's gonna confirm that.
Eggless.
Also, more copyright music. The streamer's cooked.
Yes, eggless.
Eggless.
When do you start losing? When do you become eggless? Hold on.
Now, I one day hope to understand how female biology works, but I have read about it in books. Maybe when that day comes for me, I'll be prepared in the field. Well, it's coming like next week for sure, chat. My understanding is that you start to deplete from eggs, 1 egg per month, every month, from the time you have your first period. I was trying to think of a funny word for it, but I couldn't think of one. So you lose 1 per month until you go to menopause. She's 32. If she wants to have a child, I think for 32, 35 is considered a geriatric pregnancy. But to be honest, the like eggless meme is a bit overused on the internet. Like there's a lot of women these days are having kids into their 40s. The chances of autism do go up dramatically, but when they say dramatically at 40, it's like 1% essentially. I mean, still not great odds, but I mean, having a kid at 30 is much better because it's like 1 in 900.
When do you become eggless?
So Siri's going to. So Siri is now asking ChatGPT. The AIs are asking AIs for things. What? It's like AI all the fucking way down. Even the AIs lose. So someone used the Gooner animation to play like a text-to-speech. That's kind of funny.
Thank you, no computer syntaxis.
How can Twitch get away with it? Well, because Twitch doesn't really use VODs. There are VODs on Twitch, but primarily people only watch the live content. And if you use copyright music in your streams on Twitch, then the replay, it either gets silenced, the entire audio, and it's completely unwatchable, or maybe they have tools to edit out like YouTube. But essentially, it's because it's supposed to be enjoyed in the moment, not in the replay. So much like ANISA's stream, this stream will probably be only enjoyable by people watching right now, and unfortunately suffer replay crew who I really do appreciate every time I see them in chat.
Isn't it like your 50s or your 60s? I don't know. It won't tell me. ChatGPT.
What?
ChatGPT.
She thinks she can have a kid in her 60s? When does menopause usually start? It's around 45 to 50, right? I don't really know because I was watching the episode of Home Improvement where it happened. I guess she decided to make that her sub emoji. So every time someone subscribes to her Twitch Prime, it gives you $5. It says her eggs are dwindling. That's actually pretty funny. That's a lot funnier than the Denny's patrons with. So many viewers, she doesn't even bother to look at the counter. How does it feel to absolutely mog your husband? I don't even think about idubbbz at all, actually. Oh my goodness, what a Chad. She's the queen. People are calling it the return of the queen, chat. Do you think it is the case?
I don't know. I have no clue. Am I? Thank you so much for subscribing. Most eggful streamer award. Oh, yeah. Eggs. You're 32.
I mean, she is taking it in good stride so far.
32 or not. I am 32. It's true. I'm 32. And I'm full of eggs. I'm full of eggs.
You have to eat all the eggs.
Until
50.
51. So that means you all have to be afraid. You all of you guys need to be afraid that at any point my womb will become full and I will create the devil's spawn itself.
I mean, if she actually gets pregnant with idubbbz seed, which didn't idubbbz have a vasectomy? I thought he was shooting blanks. I don't know. But if she actually has idubbbz child, what a disaster that she's actually spoken at length before about how she thinks that like an idubbbz child would be the most ugly child ever because it would inherit her bad features and idubbbz's bad features and be like this monstrosity. So she's actually said this to like this. She said this during a live stream or at least a podcast. She said to her husband's face that she doesn't want his seed because he thinks that he doesn't have what it takes to produce an attractive child. So she's actually actively trying to find a better man. The chat was right when they said she was looking to monkey branch. She absolutely is.
The succubus can still reproduce until I'm 51, so live in fear.
Live in fear. I'm actually afraid of that outfit, though. That is, that's not good. All right, let's have a look. She has a. We're almost to the end of this. Oh my goodness, why did this work? All right, here we go.
The last time
This is her thoughts on Ethan Klein being soulless. We'll
I
hear.
met
I'm going
up
to put
with
this on 1.5.
Ethan and Hila was at their studio. By the way, they always came in late on their own. Fucking came and left. They were never very.
Why do people keep talking about PWR? Like, is PWR is that wrestling guy, right? Like he's hot. Is PWR having a resurgence or something? Like, am I missing out on some good content that I haven't? Because I never really followed him.
They don't. I don't know if they have souls. I think that their souls left their body like mid 2017. I'm not sure, but
So she thinks that Ethan Klein and Hila are soulless. Just keep that in mind.
Hila was trying to talk to me. It was when she had just left Twitter, and at this time I was extremely empathetic. I want to let you know.
Like, this is so crazy because Anissa and Ian are the most soulless people on the internet. The only reason that Anissa might have a soul is that she sucked it out of idubbbz. Not through his dick, though, unfortunately.
Okay, I sent them
She
like,
doesn't
the
touch
nicest
that.
fucking text. I was in Australia with Ian. It was when
Australia flex, okay.
that freak made that cartoon about Hila like shooting kids in like an IDF uniform. It was like a fuck cartoon.
You know which one she's talking about. It's very funny. Although in poor taste, yes, but very funny.
And I sent them a text, and I was like, collectively, even though I disagreed with them politically at that time, I thought it was horrible, this cartoon being made. So I texted them, and I was like, I'm so sorry that you have to go through this. Like, this is horrible. It's fucked up. It's disgusting.
Looks like she has some empathy for them, but not when their children were threatened to be taken away by CPS, because she wouldn't just say there's no shit on their floors in their house. Or what about that time when she didn't support that that woman that was an actual victim of being a child bride and was married at 12 and forced into a relationship in Washington? Wouldn't support that woman. But when Hila got the taka cartoon made of her, that's when she breaks out the empathy.
Anyways, when we saw them, Hila like pulled me aside and was like trying to
I don't have the clip. The other Josh has the clip.
IDF service and like kept.
She was conscripted, and she was mostly in an admin role apparently. Like everyone has to be conscripted, or I think everyone, right, in Israel is conscripted into the army for a couple of years. In some countries like Norway and Korea, I think it's just the men, and usually it's only for 1 year or 2 years or something like that. But she was, she had no choice in the matter.
Telling me that she was just a secretary. Like you could tell her soul, like in her soul, she needed to repent, and I was her Catholic priest in that moment. And she kept like, I was like, yeah, man, like we all got to get off Twitter. She was like, yeah, I can't be on Twitter. And sorry, I'm trying not to go into my Hila impression.
It's forced labor. Her people are used to it though. Didn't they build the pyramids?
Because I do have one, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it here. But she was repenting. And I was like, okay, she's feeling something. And no, I mean, maybe. But yeah, so that was the last time we spoke. And funnily enough, that was probably only the third time she had ever spoken to me. But she never really
Repent, secretary.
Ethan. But even Ethan,
pushing,
I mean, whatever.
pencil
They were,
pushing bastard.
There's some people who are who
confess to the
don't
harlot.
have, the ability to make real friends, and I do find that sad. Please someday show us the impression. I have done it as a party trick for denims, and it did. I will say,
real friends.
Okay, we were playing poker, and it did kill. So maybe one day, but yeah, I don't know. There's some people, especially in the YouTube world, you meet them and you can tell like you don't know how to make friends.
Yeah, there's a lot of retards on the news. I'll tell you, that's for sure. That is absolute for sure. All right. So the end of the stream, ANISA did absolutely fantastic. She had an average viewers about 230, peak viewers at 314, and she was gaining 60 followers per hour, doubling her husband's disastrous streams. Now, Ian. Oh, actually, wait. We have the. Here you go. The virgin cuckold Ian versus the chat ANISA. So Ian always looks greasy as fuck. Bad, ugly lighting. Bans you for trolling him. Bans you for making an innocuous joke. Bans you for accidentally, but keeps you banned because it's creepy how mad you're getting about him accidentally banning you. Fucking 10,000 times. Low IQ outbursts about how mundane everyday things make him angry. Picking fights with bigger creators for no reason. They never even bothered to respond. Everyone is on the sus list except me and my head mod. Faggy, drag, and VTubing once a week. But then the chat ANISA comes up. The chat ANISA, very clean despite being called the greasy. Professional lighting. Doesn't ban people herself. Mods are more lenient. Sees a hater in the chat and calls them out. Gives as good as she gets. Other creators try and pick a fight with her. She wins the verbal encounter effortlessly, as then ignores them. Leans into the memes and owns them. Isn't a faggy dragon, even unironically. I mean, how can you even compete? How can you even compete, chat? It's over. It's over. She's wearing the pants in their entire relationship. Now, idubbbz had to react to his wife's stream. Let's see.
Yeah, my other light.
We're back into the shitty stream with idubbbz.
I had it sitting on the floor when I was trying to help ANISA with her stream.
He's picking his nose.
ANISA streamed yesterday, by the way. It was delightful. It inspired me to change my camera's height because it looks a little bit better when it's above. And
No, the reason that ANISA has her stream above her is to look down her top. But it is nice that he decided to break out a new light. Also, this is a very unfortunate pause.
I also moved my the big softbox in a different area. But yeah, ANISA's great at streaming. What does ANISA do on stream? ANISA do.
Look how
But yeah,
upset he is.
ANISA's great at streaming.
This is the. If only you knew how bad things were. You've been struggling, fighting tooth and nail every day to be the provider, to be successful once again, to know what it's like to stand on the heights of popularity on the internet, and failing for the better part of 2 years. 2 years, I want to say? Is it longer? And ANISA just shows up and doubles your numbers on day one. Oh my, he can't be happy for her either. This is what kind of person. This is the only thing he had. He's not smart, he's not strong, he's not attractive, he's not even egg worthy. But at least he was a streamer bringing in some money to the family. And now ANISA has taken that from him. The last testicle has been taken. Poor Ian. Poor simple Ian.
A little bit more because she's a little bit more she's got more, what do you call it, patience, and she's a little bit more playful than I am with like shitters in the chat. I'm trying to embrace it a little bit more because like shitters in the chat is, you know, it is.
Okay. I do not envy his therapist this weekend. The therapist is going to be wanting to blow their brains out when Ian comes in and starts talking about how his wife is a better streamer than him. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine being a fly on the wall?
It's content, and I think it helps the flow of the chat a little bit more and the flow of the stream.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Ian had to retreat back into his fantasy world and become the dragon again. ANISA has woken the dragon.
Like, there are certain things you don't joke about.
Oh, now he wants to say there's certain things that are off limits. You cannot joke about this. Meanwhile,
I'll turn the chat off so you can see the dragon.
he brought on idubbbz former boxing coach, the disgraced boxing coach, mind you, and was laughing over little idubbbz crying.
Yes. Yes, you should laugh about a man crying. Ethan Klein is talking about Destiny saying that he's a pedophile and he's going to molest his own children. That's leagues different. Holy shit. You cried on camera. That's true. That's not a lie.
Do you think that's a good thing to joke about?
Yes, it's the $3 dragon.
Or are some things off limits?
Oh my God.
It seems like he's scared right now.
What?
You should not. This should be off limits. Meanwhile, every episode a sexual joke. Meanwhile, every episode.
Oh no, illegal jokes.
There's some sort of deplorable, sexually obsessed.
If I'm not gonna get a VTuber model ever. If I streamed with like the dragon, I will say it would be very funny to say like to just crash out of the chat and say you've woken the dragon, then turn on the VTuber avatar. That would be pretty funny, I think.
Comment.
Oh dear. ANISA has done a second stream too. She wanted to clarify some stuff. So Ian is now a fixture in his wife's background, and she has a message for you about men being let into the house. Let's take a look. So she's upgraded to secretary level herself. She's obviously being very successful. She's now had to put the shirt on because she's she's in a management position now. And Ian is her subordinate, as he always is.
This one house.
Let's see what she has
This
to say.
is the only man allowed.
She's a pet. This is the only man allowed in my house.
The only man allowed in my. That's not true, actually.
Oh, this is the only man allowed in my house. Ah, that's not true, actually. He's cucked. Oh my goodness. No, I should probably just, I'm not going to even play the rest of the clip that explains that. I think I'm not even going to bother playing the rest of the clip to explain that situation. I think it speaks for itself. Oh, yeah. And this is what Ian's reaction. This is Ian's reaction, obviously. He's not doing so good, chat. You can tell he's going insane. I'm going insane. But we have one more word of it. All right, we have the last part. All right. Ian, why he quit WoW.
That was honestly good for Blizzard for doing this. Because back in 2007 or whenever this shit came out, the Burning Crusade originally.
Burning Crusade was a fantastic expansion.
I looked at both of these races and I was like, I hate them both.
Whoa, racial hatred. Oh my goodness.
And I quit WoW. I think there's a lot that contributed to me quitting WoW, but them not having like goblins or
if he can't goblin max, he's not going to play the game. Because, okay, now to be fair, what he's talking about here is that in the Burning Crusade, they added the Draenei and the Blood Elves, which were very attractive races, some would say. And this was the first pretty race that the Horde had. They had trolls, orcs, taurens, and undead at the time. So Ian, seeing these pretty races, decided it was time for him to quit the game because he has to, his fantasy is to be even more ugly. I'm not even joking.
Pandaren or Worgen or kobolds or ogres. Like, I wanted the like I play WoW to play the ugly races, the very different ugly races.
You know, ever seen that meme where it's like you're playing a fantasy game and you choose like human, male, white, knight with armor, and it's like you can be anything. You can be a wizard or an elf or something. It's just like I just want to play a white male with a big sword. Ian is the opposite of this. He wants to play the ugliest possible thing because that's unironically his fantasy. Is to be a goblin or a kobold running around with his candle. Oh, Nisa, no, take candle. Oh, good job.
I don't like. Someone was saying in one of these videos, like, oh, that's why the Burning Crusade's so awesome is because, like, the Horde finally gets a beautiful class. And I'm like, what is beauty?
Well, I mean, in the case of the Blood Elves, they're tall, they're white, they've got long blonde hair, and they have green eyes. So that's what people consider to be beauty, yes.
Having fucking peach-colored skin and blonde hair, beauty.
Yes.
Like, fuck you. Fuck this game. So I just, I know that.
Blonde hair, outrageous. Now, you're not forced to play these characters. You can continue to play your undead. You can continue to play your troll. You can continue to play your orc. But the thought of having to see a peach-faced, blonde, blue-eyed, or green-eyed character drove him to quit the game. Oh, buddy.
There, I was done with it.
There we go. It's over, chat. It's over. All right. Someone asked about a Styx update. I'll have a quick check. The Styx update is that he's still on the run. and he's currently taunting the court. So that's the Styx update. I don't see any new information in the thread, but rest assured, when Tala's captured, I'll be here to report on it. Should have a nice, fun Friday stream for you tomorrow. Maybe some drinks, maybe some games, maybe some boys. We'll see. The boys, not some boys, I should say. I've got to be clarifying this. I guess that's the... you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week or tomorrow. Peace, chat. Bye.